All right. Shalom. All right, first and foremost, before I get started, I want to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rahakadash. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostles, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being a great example to Israel. All right, man of the elect. I want to say peace and blessings. Right to the hope elect in the four corner, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, the great song, this your brother Naba. I would just come with a, like I say, car chronicles, or just in the spirit, trying to knock out two birds in one stone, as in, doing what I gotta do in the world, as a father, but also do what I gotta do as a prophet, man of the Lord, for the Heavenly Father, which is to warn the people, warn Israel, warn those, all right, that have eyes to see and ears to hear, all right, to continue in the faith and also abound in the fear, all right, of Yahweh Shema Shai, because basically that's what's going to give us, the ability to continue, fearing the Lord, keeping his commandments, doing what's pleasing unto him, all right, and understanding his will, all right, and by us understanding his will, all right, we know what's at hand and what's at stake dealing with the time of trouble, all right, because our job as a prophet is to warn and to tell, but also to know. So when these things do occur, as in actions speak louder than words, hey, we have the spirit, we have the faith, all right, and we have the ability through Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, which is going to allow us to get victory or gain victory, all right, over this beast, which is the devil, Esau, Edom, this system, all right, because what's tied to this system, all right, what ties to Babylon the Great is death, famine, pestilence, evil, all right, destruction, everything the opposite of good. That's what's set and ties to Babylon the Great. And here it is, we is tied into it. Why? Because we in the midst, all right, but through Yahweh Shema Shai, he going to keep us, all right, from that trouble. He going to keep us from the plagues. He going to keep us from the hour of temptation. All right, and I got a video that I want to show, because Jake got which showed that the Most High Yahweh got a sense of humor, but Jake always makes fun of things that gonna return to reality. All right, if that makes sense. All right, because what this video gonna show is a scenario, all right, that a man having food and one man not having no food. All right, and he jealous and he's stalking him, all right, but he have a weapon, all right, and we speak about the time of trouble, as in Jacob trouble, all right, when it's gonna be lawless out here, all right, you ain't gonna be able to call 911 to your defense, all right, you might not have your big brother or your uncle to come to your rescue. See, all you're gonna have yourself and your Yahweh Shema Shai, and we know majority of the people, they ain't gonna have the Lord on their side, so they're gonna be put in a situation, all right, that we gonna witness, as we gonna be in the midst, that you're gonna be like the water Yahweh Shema Shai for covering me, for protecting me, all right, for giving me the spirit to have fear and believe in you, because we finna see some things that we never saw before, all right? You talking about niggas dying every day now, wait till there ain't no food, wait till there ain't no water, wait till there ain't no TV. Niggas can't use their phone, scroll down Instagram. Wait till all these things be taken away and the hole get put on it. We got to see the reaction of the people's faces, all right? We coming to a time of trouble like no other, all right? And it's going into what? Jacob's trouble, all right? So I'm going to get this video. It said, yeah, that's right. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Only the righteous run into it and is safe. Because guess what? The Most High, he is, one of my favorite precepts, like I say, this is something that you got to put in your field pocket. You got to always keep this with you. Baruch 4:20. All right? Baruch 4:20. This is one of my favorite precepts. All right? Because it said, he that brought these plagues upon you, which we know the Heavenly Father is going to bring the wrath, the destruction. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, going to allow the so-called white man come down with their great wrath. That's him controlling him. So that's the Most High Yahweh bringing the wrath, the plagues on the earth. But he said what? It says about the plagues. My friend, let me grab it because it's just trying to escape my mind because I'm trying to think of one or two things at the same time. Oh yeah, he that brought these plagues upon you shall deliver you from the hands of your enemy. That's it. That's it. All right. He that brought these plagues upon you shall deliver you. All right, from your enemy. Because we understand that the enemy is coming. And he coming more than one way. All right, and we got to understand through the spirit, probably how about Shema Shine, through faith, we able to quench them fiery dots that he gonna what? He gonna throw at us. You know? And eating is one of them. You know, being able to have substance, be able to have certain, accessories. Those are the fiery dots that's finna be thrown at the believers. All right, to what? To break our faith, but through Yahweh Shema Shah, our faith can't be broken. Why? Because the Most High Yahweh is going to allow, all right, the spirit to work. All right, now check this video out real quick. And like I say, this is a scenario because Jake know when it come down to a bad time or hard time, Jake know what they're going to turn to. Jake know, some grand man niggas, all they do is want to rob and steal and, you know what I'm saying? Because why? They got to eat. And that's the main thing. But the Lord is going to protect the elect and we going to eat. We ain't going to have to go out there and rob. We ain't going to have to go out there and steal. You see, the Lord going to take care of us. All right? That's where faith come in. But guess what? 2/3 of our people, they ain't going to have nowhere to turn to. So this going to be their motive. Having this sword. All right? 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. But let's watch this video and we're going to get into some more precepts. And Lord willing, y'all brothers and sisters be edified, while I lay the law down. And it's only for education purpose use only, fair use. I want to, man, make the sound. When I make the sound, look.
Hold on, let me check. Fuck, man, I forgot to check me dogs, man. Please don't kill me, babe, please.
What's up, nigga? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just came back from the grocery store, finna eat good.
I see you eating real good.
What the fuck you staring at my groceries for, nigga? Stop worrying about what I got, nigga. I got some butter beans in this motherfucker, fried chicken, ham hogs, nigga. We finna eat lovely tonight, nigga.
What you? That's EBT? You still got EBT or something?
Nah, they cut my shit off, but shit, I make enough. I don't need no motherfucking EBT.
Nigga.
Yeah, I'm finna eat good tonight.
No, nigga, you finna eat a bullet tonight,
Hey,
nigga.
man, come on, bro.
None of that, nigga. Let me see all this shit.
Man, bro, chill, bro.
Niggas is selling, working for the tip service, and you eating good like that? Niggas is starving around this bitch. What you got?
Man, I'm just trying to feed my girlfriend, Kimberly, bro.
Right.
I'm just trying to feed my girl.
Fuck that bitch. Let me see what you got. You got steak, lamb, and shit up in this pot. I'll shoot you in your goddamn ass.
Bro, just chill, bro. I'm just trying to feed my girlfriend, dog.
You want to feed her a bullet?
Man,
You
no.
want to feed her a bullet?
No.
I can feed you in a bullet. You want a bullet?
No, sir.
Fuck none of that,
Man,
nigga.
come on, bitch. Bro, you ain't got to do that, bitch,
Like,
bro.
yes, I do, nigga. You walk around here eating good, walking around the hood. You know where the fuck you at? And you eating like that?
Come on, bitch.
Niggas broke out here and you eating like this? What else you got on you?
Come on, cuz.
Bitch like that?
Come on, cuz. Chill, bro.
Fuck that shit. Good EBT. Nigga. Fuck, nigga.
See?
Good tonight.
And that's funny. But guess what? That's going to turn to reality. All right? Because that's symbolic of what? Bad times. All right? A time that he not eating, he ain't got it, but guess what? His neighbor got it. So guess what? He forced by the what? By the sword. All right, so let's go into 2nd Esdras. All right, 15. All right, 2nd Esdras 15 and 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh. And one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. All right, and that's what we finna see. All right, back and forth, all we gonna hear. All right, you're gonna hear it on the news, radio stations. All right, and it's gonna be too much. Things finna get out of control. All right, We're gonna see Edomites against Edomites, Jacob against Jake against Edomites. It's finna be civil war. All right, it's finna be race wars. All right, it's finna go down. All right, and all because of what? The lack of bread and great tribulation. For the lack of water and great tribulation. You see that? For the lack of wants and needs. People gonna turn to being violent. All right, and it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and the sedition going to those protesters, those that's marching, those that's trying to say no king. All right, that's a sedition among men. You know, those that's, you know, like I say in Matthews and Luke also. All right, uproars of the people. You got all these protests and all these marchings. All right, and it says sedition among men, and it said invading one another. Thou shalt not regard their king nor princes. All right, so they're not gonna care about the police. Matter of fact, why? Because it ain't gonna be no polices. All right, you ever watch the movie Purge? That's the time we finna head to. All right, so it said they're not gonna regard their king nor princes and the course of their action. And we know that Most High Yahweh got spirits that created for vengeance. We finna see some shit. All right, and that's why we got to get our mind, you know, prep. All right, to witness these things and still keep the faith. You know, especially when it comes down to the hour of temptation and the things that He got set for the believers. You come before the elites. You know what I'm saying? The power that be, and they got a guillotine, and then you know what? You know, they torturing your family or whatever. You know, you finna see these things and go through these things, and guess what? You gotta be faithful to death. You know? And it says, they in the course of their action shall stand in their power. So they ain't gonna give a damn, because they gotta eat. You think he cared on this video, even though it's a funny video, but guess what? That's gonna be reality. You know? A lot of people are gonna be doing this, relying to this, because that's all they know. They don't know to go and pray to Yahweh Shema Shah and wait patiently for Him to deliver them out of their situation. A lot of people don't know how to do that. So what they gonna turn to? They gonna turn to how, to what they know. So as the leader, so as the people. How Esau get down, that's how 2/3 get down. Who the real savages? You know, who the real thieves? The Edomites. You see? And guess what? Jake mimicked right after him. All right, and it says, and a man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able, especially when they come with their digital ID. You know, when they implement that digital ID, Jay gonna have to get down and lay down. All right, when shit start to hit the fan, there was a lot of truths being set up, sprinkling in states, because when it go down, it's checkpoints. No, you can't go out of here. No, turn around. You know, so yeah, we finna enter to a time like never before. And it also says in verse 18, it says, for because the pride, slugger, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So what type of time it is that you got these hardcore, all right, too bad, all right, thugs out here, they gonna be scared. You see, because niggas finna die. Niggas finna die. Kids finna die. Women's finna die. The Lord Yahweh finna open up a can of whoop ass, man, the spirit. You know, that's why when you go into, it's because you think I'm lying. What it says right here, Ezekiel. Why is this written? Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem. All right, Jerusalem is what? A people before it's a place. All right? And it says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst of her. And what is that mark? It's go to the Hebrew word thawa, mean to be exempt. Exempt from what? The judgment that the Lord finna bring on the earth. You see, and he said, and he telling the angels to do this. Because this word is going forth, all right, throughout the four corners of the earth. But guess what? It's gathering the elect. You see, it's got, because the elect is 144,000, but also a great multitude of men, women, and children that believe, which make up the household of faith. All right, so this word is gathering those back. But guess what's going to happen after the word do that? Because the elect is sealed, they got the word, right? So what verse 5 say? And to the others, with the left-hand side, the death angels, all right, the spirits that created for vengeance, which please the Most High in everything they do, all right, and got us in the stun, because we're like, man, how the fuck? Like, people be dying craziest ways. You know, somebody kill a person, like, man, how the fuck he kill that person like that? Like, you know, what person they right mind would do something like that? You know what I'm saying? That's how you be reading the news and be reading certain, like, look, like I got one right here. This crazy. I got one. And you read this, you like, how the fuck, why? And like, it's crazy, but guess what? The Most High Yahweh designed it. You see, the Most High Yahweh put that together. He orchestrated that death. And that's a crazy way to die. You like, how in the hell? Look, this shit's so crazy right here. Check this out. It said, I will kill you. White driver in 148,000 Mercedes ran over a cop 3 times, crashed into a police cruiser head on, all right? And guess what? He was not shot. But you see what the Spirit of the Lord had on this? Remember, Proverbs 20:24 said, man goes of the Lord, how then a man can understand his own way. So the Most High Yahweh set this up, man. All right? And he's a 21-year-old white man. Look at him. 21 years old. Rich as fuck. They ain't even shoot him, though. If it was Jake, he would have got his ass blowed off. They not in trouble like other men's. But don't neglect the fact that this the Most High Yahweh that's in control. He put it together. So when we talking about Jacob trouble, when the Lord gonna allow these devils to bring their great wrath, it's lawless. Come on, this ain't gonna even be a piece of a crumb on the plate. This ain't gonna even be a piece of crumb on the plate, man. And he ran the cop over 3 times and went head on to another police car. Nigga had a demon on him, a real spirit on him. And we talking about the Heavenly Father Yahweh finna release these spirits on the earth for judgment. Come on now. Look at him. Let's watch it again. Let's see it like that. Oh yeah, Salaki. And another thing, you see he was boasting. He was boasting in his food. He was boasting like, yeah, man, I got this, I got that. You know, you seeing people on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they boasting in their food stamps. They boasting how much, you know, they got. Guess what? That's a target. All right? We'll say, laugh now, cry later. And the Lord finna bring it upon a lot of Israelites. All right? But let's go back to it, and I'm gonna get some of y'all precepts.
Hold on, let me check. Fuck! Man, I forgot the chili cheese dogs, man. Please don't kill me, babe. Please.
What's up, nigga? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just came back from the grocery store, finna eat good.
I see you eating real good.
What the fuck you staring at my groceries for, nigga? Stop worrying about what I got, nigga. I got some butter beans in this motherfucker, fried chicken, ham hogs, nigga. We finna eat lovely tonight, nigga.
What you? That's EBT? You still got EBT or something?
Nah, they cut my shit off, but shit, I make enough. I don't need no more EBT.
Nigga.
Yeah, finna eat good tonight.
No, nigga, you finna eat a bullet tonight,
Hey, man, come on, bro.
none of that, nigga. Let me see all this shit you
Man,
got.
bro, chill, bro.
Niggas is spelling working for the tip service and you eating good like that? Niggas is starving around this bitch. What you got?
Man, I'm just trying to feed my girlfriend Kimberly, bro.
What?
I'm just trying to feed my girl.
Fuck that bitch. Let me see what you got. You got steak, lamb, and shit up in this car to shoot you in your goddamn ass.
Bro, just chill, bro. I'm just trying to feed my girlfriend, dog.
You want to feed her a bullet?
Man,
You
no.
want to feed her a bullet?
No.
I can feed you and her a bullet. You want a bullet?
No, sir.
Fuck that,
Man, come on, bitch, bro. You ain't gotta do that, bitch,
Like,
bro.
yes, I do, nigga. You walk around here eating good, walk around the hood. You know where the fuck you at? And you eating like that?
Come on, bitch.
Niggas broke out here and you eating like this? What else you got on you?
Come on, cuz. Come on, cuz. Chill, bro.
No, that shit good, EBT. Hey, you talking about?
Fuck, nigga.
Yeah, you see, but that's a scary. And be truthful too. You know, that's a scary situation to be in. You know, somebody run up on you with a weapon. You know, your life is in danger. You know, and here it is. You know, we can call upon you. How about Shemal Shah? He can deliver us. But a lot of Israelites can't. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that, you know, you automatic, you know, supposed to thank you. How about Shemal Shah? You know, because that could have been you. But instead, the Lord what? The Lord have mercy on you. You know, because these times is coming. And it's a fearful thing. You know, you behind a gun, your life is on the line. But only one can deliver you is who? Yahweh Shemal Shah. When he promised that these times is coming. You know, that's why we got to continue to fear the Lord. You know, we got to continue to pray and watch. You know, because Jacob trouble, like I say, we never been in no time like the time finna happen. All right? And I'm still getting some of y'all precepts too, so Salakia. This is second address for Kazak Banya Howard. The water to y'all brothers and sisters on the comment board. All right, this is second address 2 and said 26. So let me go to it. Second address 2 and 26. But yeah, that white boy, man, damn, that man ran the man over 3 times though. Ran him over 3 times and hit on the police. He ain't die, or the police didn't. The police he ran over died, but I'm just saying the other police he went head on to. That shit crazy. But this is second address 2 and 26. Let me see. All right. Yeah, this is second address 2 and 26. And it says, as for my servant, whom I'm giving, who I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish. And exactly, because remember when you go to John, I think that John 15 to John 17, matter of fact, because remember Yahweh Shah prayed for us. I think it's John, let me see. Is it not 15? It might be John 17. Hold on. It gotta be John 17. Yeah, here go right here. This John 17 and 9. So it say, I pray for them. I pray not for the world, which you were praying for the elect. All right. And it says, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. Speaking about the elect to Yahweh Shemal Shah, see Yahweh Shah is glorified within us. All right. Why? Because we the one that had a testimony of Yahweh Shah, which is what? The spirit of prophecy. All right, and every week in and week out on the highways and the hedges, even doing lessons, sit down, videos, all right, we testify of Yahweh Shemal Shah. And that's how he get his glory through us prophesying. Because guess what? He finna return. All right? So go back to 2nd Esdras 2:26. It says, as for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I require them from among thy number. You see that? It says, be not weary, for when the days of trouble and heaven is coming, when the days of trouble, he said, be not weary. All right? And the Lord also, and Yahweh also said that too. Let me grab that. Be not weary, because the time of trouble and heaviness is coming. All right? Let's get this. It says, yeah, let me see, watch this. This is yeah, I think it's one of Revelation. Let me see. Because this is the one in Isaiah 41:10. It said, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness, which is who? Yahweh Shai, which come in the form of this word, because this really was going to hold us. All right, having faith in the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. You see, this was going to uphold us. This was going to give us the ability to keep pushing and enduring, believing what the Lord have said. All right, faith is the key. Now, let's go back into 2nd Esdras 2 and 27 again. It said, be not weary. All right, for the days of trouble, which we prophesy of Jacob trouble, as in the prophets of old, right, prophesied against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, pestilence. And guess what? This we're in Babylon the Great. All right, it says, and heaven is coming. Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The true definition of prosperity. Not that bullshit ass Christianity prosperity. All right, but the true definition of prosperity, all right, to still be able to continue, all right, when those are without. All right, having some when others have without. That's true definition of prosperity. And right now, the Christianity talking about, yeah, you're going to prosper, you're going to get that. No, this ain't the time. Everybody can get money. Everybody can do this. Everybody can do that. All right, but if it become a time that only a remnant going to be able to do that and you're going to be able to tell, all right, then should they know that what a prophet have been among them. All right, people finna see who the Lord dealing with soon. All right, soon. So it says, but be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, Jacob trouble, others shall weep and be sorrowful, 2/3. All right, 2/3 shall be cut off and die. And it's going to be a way of what? War, evil, and pestilence. All right, ultimate what? The thermonuclear missiles. So it says, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. Meaning we gonna be straight. What it said in Isaiah 63 or 65:13. All right, my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink, my servant shall rejoice. Right, when what? When the others what? Starving like Marvin. You see, thirsted in the hole. All right, through nowhere to go. All right, guess what? The elected, those that put their trust in the Lord, all right, guess what? You're going to be A-OK, protected, defended. Just imagine, you have a dude, some robbers or something just come behind you, steal your shit, put you at gunpoint. Come on. That skit is going to be reality soon. And you don't want no parts of it, so continue to fear the Lord. All right, and it says, verse 28, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. Why? Because the Lord is going to protect us. He going to have the angels protecting us. Is that not written? All right. One of, another favorite, Proverbs 30:5. Every word of the Most High is pure. All right. And guess what? He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. What is a shield? A shield is a protection. All right. And shield can get used in many ways. So the Most High Yahweh, he is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So is this okay, verse 29. My hand shall cover thee. All right, understand that's Yahweh Shah. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. All right. So let's get to another one. Stand fast, faith. This is Matthew's Matthew 10:31. It said, fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. They're the elect. It said, fear ye not, therefore, ye are more value than many sparrows. All right, so let me go on and get Second Ezra 16. All right. Yeah, so this Second Ezra 16, and I'm going to start at 32. All right, and it says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of throng, because no man should travel there through. And it's the Lord Yahweh declaring the end, all right, from the beginning. All right, because the end of her, Babylon the Great, is what? Destruction. All right, being what? Being burnt with fire. All right, and when you go into Joel, he give you that vision, as in before the missiles, all right, devastate, all right, and tear America to pieces. It was like a Garden of Eden. I mean, it was a paradise, a desired city for those to come here and live lawless. All right, you want to say? But Babylon was a golden cup. But when it says after the missiles came and hit this place, it's a desolate wilderness. No man's land. Nobody can abide there. All right, because what? The nuclear missiles, along with the chariots, finna eradicate the earth, basically America. So it says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. All right, you women's. All right, a lot of women, they gonna get stuck in their independent mindset. See, a lot of women, right now, their mindset, if I don't need no man, I'm straight, I can do it all bad by myself. You know what I'm saying? So when time comes and when reality set in, they're gonna be stuck. Right? If the spirit ain't with them, which is Yahweh Shema Shah, if the spirit ain't with them, all right, guess what? They're gonna be stuck without a what? Without a defender, without a man. Especially a man of the Lord is that. Because they're gonna be the most value, like the scripture said. We are more valuable than many sparrows. Because the man of the Lord, all right, is guess what? He gonna have the way. So women's gonna what? Women's gonna flock to what? To the man that had the way. Money is the power right now. All right, but guess what? When money is no longer in use, what's gonna be the power? The knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of what? Of the scriptures. You see, this gonna be the power soon. All right? So the virgin shall mourn having no bridegroom. Women's gonna be through, out of here, fucked up. I just seen a woman coming from the store, getting me something to drink. I opened the door for her because she was coming. So I opened the door for her. She's already crying, like she was crying. Eyes red, and the motherfucker's coming down like this, and she coming to the store. I just opened the door for her, let her ass came on through. But I'm like, damn. She came in the store, you know what I'm saying, tears still on her face. She ain't bothered to wipe them hoes off or nothing. So you know she fucked up in the head right now. Whatever went on, and you don't know what went on. Somebody could have died. She could have called, probably caught her husband doing something. You don't know what her child and did something. You don't know what happened, but she crying. And guess what? We finna see a lot of that. The scripture speaks about how people were gonna be man, what's the how you put that in terms? Wailing. People gonna be wailing. All right, wailing in the sense of like crying, howling, shit like that. We finna see that. And guess what? What we gonna have to do as believers? All right, hey, keep, what they say, keeping our eyes straight. Focus on the kingdom of heaven. Focus on salvation. Focus on continuing to fear the Lord, praising the Lord and not you. Not letting that shake your mind, because the scripture just said that. Fear not. All right, I am with thee, because what? All these things must happen. Jacob trouble must happen. When we want to be saved, we want to be delivered, we want to be protected. But only how you can be delivered, protected, and saved is what? You put your trust in the Lord. All right? You Psalms 91 up. You abide in his fear. You see? That's how you're going to be able to be saved. All right? Now this is 2 Ezra 16 and 33 again. It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. The woman shall mourn, having no husband. The daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. And they line up with Ezekiel 9 and 4. Because the Lord finna release those spirits that created for vengeance. All right? And guess what? It's finna go down. 34. In wars shall the bridegroom be destroyed. What wars? All right, Civil War, race war, the gang war. All right, and ultimate World War III. But guess what? It says, in war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Niggas gonna die. So who gonna be that value man? All right, that man of the Lord. All right, that man that look rough, that's out there on the highways and the hedges. Those gonna be the valiant men, man. Starting with the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. You see? And it says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. That's for us. Hear now these things and understand them. So we know when these times come, we can't be shaking in mind. We can't let, the trouble that around us knock our faith. You see? Because we understand now that these things must happen. Once again, it said, hear now these things and understand them. To understand means to know. That's what understand means to know. So you gotta know. You got to understand that the Lord, all right, preserve this day. This is what the Lord have set, all right, for this day, the destruction. Jacob trouble, martial laws. We seeing that, all right, dealing with the task force, the ICE, but it's going to get worse. They got the detention centers, known as concentration camps, all right, being set up, all right, in these outward lands. So these things are already designed, but it's the Heavenly Father that designed this. To show that his words are faithful and true. You see, the Most High Yahweh, the only one can boast, all right, in saying that I'm him, because he is, all right, and he the ultimate rewarder, because he the one reward good and evil. And guess what? He finna reward the good, which is salvation, and he finna reward the wicked, the evil, which is what? The destruction and the plagues and his wrath. That's gonna be the reward. Well, let's get a little more. This is Salakia. Yeah, that's that strong tower. You know, Kazak Mon Yahweh, that Psalms 55 and 16. As for me, I will call upon the Most High Yahweh. All right? And guess what he said? And the Lord Yahweh shall save me. You see, the righteous run into it and is saved. Because the name of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah, is a strong tower in a time of trouble. You know? We call upon the Lord. Remember, this is one of Yakanan's favorite precepts. You know, this is something that don't get old. You know, these become classes. This is Sirach 2 and 10. And then when you go into Sirach 2 and 1, it tells you, my son, all right, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for what? Temptation, your mind. This hell don't stop. You know? But guess what? When you catching your hell, you can't tell me that Yahweh Shema Shah don't come through. You know, and give you comfort. You know? You can't tell me that. But when we in it, we like, shit. You know? Like, damn, man. But again, all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere. Hey, your relief. You know, but we have to prepare our mind because these are the times that we're coming into known as what? H-O-T, hot, the hour of temptation. All right? And it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. So we can't be eager to give up because we're catching a little hell. You know, you wake up, you know, something happened and it happened every day or every other week. We can't let that throw us off our mission, all right, to receiving the crowns, man, the victory. All right, you gotta endure, constantly endure. All right, because we signed up for this, we being partakers of Yahweh Shah suffering. So what's come with the suffering, most definitely we're gonna receive what? The blessing. All right. So you jump down to verse 10, it says, look at the generation of old and see. So we look at our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, we look at our forefathers, all right, to be the example, Yahweh Shai, you know, all the apostles. You know, we look at them because when they was put in a jam or a situation, they trust in the Lord. And the Lord came through. You know, they ain't been in fold. They stood 10 toes. All right, in the name and the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. So that's why everything written aforetime is written for our learning. So we going through these histories, all right, and see, you know, how good the Lord is. So it says, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord? You see? And was confounded. You know, one of my favorites I like to always bring up, Daniel's in the lion's den. You know, because you imagine yourself being put in a den. Hell, just getting put in a den, you imagine being starved for 7 days. You know, but you being put in front of lions that'll know that one will tear you to pieces. You know, and Daniel was actually put in the lion's den, all right, for 7 days, you know, in front of 7 hungry lions. All right, and guess what? The Lord came through for Daniel. He delivered Daniel. All right, not only the lion was at peace with him, but guess he was able to eat. He was able to eat. The Lord did not let Daniel starve. Do y'all hear? Just go back and read it. Read the bell of the dragon. I think that's the name of it. I think that's the name of it, the bell of the dragon. Let me see right quick. I got my apocrypha. But read that story. You know, cause you go to Daniel and read that, you know, like I say, it's 2 parts to it. But make sure that's bell of the Daniel, the bell of the dragon. Hold on. Salaka. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's the Bell of the Dragon. Yeah, read the Bell of the Dragons in the Apocrypha. All right, this is a good one. That's a good, you know what I'm saying, story on believing and having faith in the Lord, man. All right, a miracle that the Lord have did. Like Daniel, you got to remember when he he told Habakkuk to go. Habakkuk said, "I don't know what Babylon at." He like, "I ain't never seen Babylon." To show you how cold the Lord is, Habakkuk never seen Babylon. But what the Lord do though? You see what the Lord do? The Lord sent them, and Daniel was straight. All right. So when we go back to this precept, Sirach 2 and 10, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear, all right, in the form of, what the apostle say, we rather obey the Most High rather than man? That's the fear. All right? Not a fear of being scared. No, that's the fear of obeying the Lord. All right? Than to sacrifice to man. So it says, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that call upon him? Not one. All right, not one. So we got something to lean towards to. All right, when we fall short. All right, we have the word and we have prayer. All right, which go to supplication. All right, to bring us more closer. All right, to the understanding of the Lord's will. This is another from stand fast in the faith 4. This is Psalms 112 and 7 to 8. And it says, it said, he shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord Yahweh. His heart is established. He shall not be afraid until he see his desire upon his enemies. Man, that's cold. King David, me and I we was talking yesterday before camp. And we was just sitting there chilling, and it was a car rolled by. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that precept too. Check this out. There is a car rolled by. We finna start camp, but we just chilling in the car. And when the car rolled by, it says Psalms 1. I think Psalms 137. I think what it says, Psalms 137. Right? So when you go to Psalms 137, that's a prayer of King David. And King David was praying to the Lord, all right, to protect him, but also bring destruction upon his enemies. All right? No, let me see, Psalm 27. If not, it's all good. Yeah. Damn. I don't know why I remember that, but I thought it was Psalms 137, so Salakia. Damn. But when we was reading it, King David, he was praying for the Lord to protect him, but also to bring destruction upon his enemy. And it's like when we start thinking about the Christians, they have not this spirit, all right, of the Lord, bringing evil towards their enemy. But King David was a man after the Most High heart, meaning his mind, all right? And that's a righteous prayer, because you do want to bring destruction upon your enemy, because what your enemy trying to do to you, he's trying to destroy you. You see? But yeah, that's a good one, man. I'm off a little bit because I thought I remembered the numbers on the tag, man. Damn. But Lord, I'm a prophet. Lord willing. You want to say, who is this guy? I'm Naba, GMS Memphis. All right, look me up. Go on my YouTube, you can learn something. All right, look up GMS, the apostles. All right, in the state of GMS, look it up. You can learn something. You want to say, who is this guy? All right, the prophet of the Lord, I was sent to warn you. All right, to come out of that westernization mindset. All right, come back to fearing the Lord. All right, come back to knowing who you are. All right, ultimately come and get down with the program as a teacher. Ultimate, because you don't, it's a reward for you. All right, because as a man, this is our reasonable service to go out and teach and warn the people. All right, that's our reasonable service as a man. You want to say, who am I? That's who I am. I'm a prophet of the Lord. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 5:1. It said, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High. All right, and be not ready, and said, be ready to her, then to give sacrifice of food. For they consider not that, they do evil. Yeah, but it's all good though. You know what I'm saying? Because now he know who I am. All right, and he know what I'm about. All right, and guess what? It's now he got the ball in his court. All right, whether he gonna do the same. Because basically, it's how you gonna be saved. All right, you gotta make your body a living sacrifice. So what you gonna sacrifice? You see? Do you know the Lord? All right, do you fear the Lord? These questions you need to ask yourself. Then you'll figure out, damn, who am I? If I'm a nigga, or I'm a man of the Lord, but now this is my calling. I've finally been awakened. Thanks for correcting me. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure that out before it's too late. You're going to get destroyed. All right? So it's good that he put on there, who is this guy? Lord willing, he received this. He a Jake, but he a Edomite, then we already know what's up with Esau. The Edomite, they finna get their ass handed to him. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't got to worry about if that was an Edomite. If it was a Jake, Lord willing, you correct yourself. You know what I'm saying? You coming to the understanding. You know what I'm saying? You start doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Studying and teaching. Lord willing, you start doing that. But you're an Edomite, you're going to slavery. The Lord finna slap shit out you soon. All right? Your kingdom finna be destroyed. So go on, live it up. You know what I'm saying? Before it's too late for your ass. But back to the precepts. All right, but now if we get back to the precepts though, man, it's all good. I'm gonna go up some, and then I'll get ready to end this junk. Cause I don't know if I'm done with. Man, I should have remembered this songs, man. I thought it was songs 37. Damn. That just got me off a little bit, though. So let's go back to second Esdras 16. I just ended off with Jeremiah 30:7. We'll do it like that. All right, this is Jeremiah 30. All right, and 7. It says, for alas, all right, for that day is great, so that none is like it. All right, the time of trouble. All right, and guess what? Great millstone, GMS. Week in and week out, in season, out of season. All right, on a daily grind. All right, warning you, this time is coming upon the earth. All right, warning you. This is serious. This devil, all right, who has came, all right, is out the working of Satan. All right, and guess what? He got some shit lined up because the Most High created him for the day of evil. All right, and guess what? The Lord gonna allow him to bring what he created for the day of evil. So that day is damn great, and it ain't gonna be like no other time. And we go through history and see, all right, the power and the judgment of the Lord throughout all the empires, even from the beginning. All right, what split the earth, all right, in four. You see, that flood, the Lord showed his power, his judgment. This the same power. He finna show it for once and for all. All right, and it's gonna start, like they say, Jacob trouble. All right, but as it get closer, you know, you got the MOTB. Oh man, you know, and the destruction, which is his ultimate wrath, his indignation. All right, but we understand that Jacob Trouble gonna be a motherfucker. Starvation, you know, lawlessness, you know, everyone for themselves. You gotta remember, people already, they mind already waxing cold towards one another. I was scrolling on Instagram, right? That shit's so great. Look, I was scrolling on Instagram, and there was a post. It says, "What would you do if you?" It said, "What would you do? You see your cousin?" And one girl put on there, now it said, "What would you do? You see your cousin?" And it's like a stare down contest. She said, "Walk right past that motherfucker and act like I don't even see her." No, and it's your cousin. You know what I'm saying? But it just show you, and it's like that. This truth is the only thing that brings you back into that true, you know, brotherhood and sister love. The truth only do that. Because we know this is the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. When you look inside the world don't have that. You know, so the love of many is waxing cold. All right? Already. And it ain't even bad out here. It's just the way it is. You don't see that many family reunions no more. Motherfuckers ain't tight like that no more. So imagine it's already like this now, and then when all hell break loose, imagine how it's gonna be. You see? Everybody for themselves. A dog eat dog world. Only the strong survive. This is the time of trouble. This is what the Lord is talking about. All right? That's why, once again, there was a vision that Jeremiah saw, right? Jeremiah 37, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Right? And it's even the time of Jacob's, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Hispanics. All right? Going back into Judah and Ephraim shall be oppressed together. This is your time of trouble. All right? Here in Babylon the Great. Jacob, what represented 12 tribes? All right? It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but what he shall be saved out of that, and that he is speaking about the elect. All right? Remember, the elect is the 144,000. All right? Also, the men and women and children that believe. Those are going to be the ones that to be saved and delivered, beamed up, preserved, you know? Man, that's beautiful. So, Kala Yabashima Shah, you know, for, you know, calling us into this thing, man. I hope to be chosen. The why do you have Yabashima Shah for that? And we now understand and know the will of the Lord. And that's to fear him and keep his commandment, because that's the whole duty of man. All right? And always fear, watch, and pray, and keep your Yabashima Shah first. You know, so with that, Lord willing, you know, y'all brothers and sisters edified. You know, once again, give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahakodash. I want to say double honor to our elders and peace and bless the hope of the elect. Next time, Shalom, Abba Bob, Baraka Akim, and may the Lord continue to bless y'all night.